How's it going? I'm Marty. It's finally time to talk football. The Dallas Cowboys. Are they still America's team? You know what? Now that I think about it, they probably are. Like America, it's an absolute mess right now. They both have an 80-plus-year-old dude at the helm just babbling nonsense.
Look, if
you see me optimistic, then you must know that I think it's pretty good. If you see me a little cautious, you must know that I'm being cautious. I hate to be repeated.
Care more about optics than the actual issues at hand. Like Americans, myself included, Cowboys Nation seems to be a little delusional. I won't hold that against you. Football fans, we're all a little delusional here and there, okay? If you think someone's gonna take the America's team title from them, just remember there was literally a team named the Patriots. Team colors red, white, and blue, based out of New England, right next to the nation's capital, and they just happened to be dominant for more than a generation, and they still couldn't take the title of America's team from the Cowboys. But anyways, the current dysfunction is obviously led by Jerry Jones, the situation with CeeDee, and of course, Dak Prescott. Jerry Jones is currently getting slammed for some offhanded comments he said about not having any urgency for CeeDee's contract.
we have a sense of urgency about getting it done.
Now, I'm sure Jerry really didn't mean it in like an unsavory way. I think he really just thinks the word urgency is bad and it just makes it seem like they're scrambling. But the fact that CeeDee actually retweeted it and took out America's team out of his bio, we all know how serious the bio is. Taking out of the bio is like unfriending someone in Facebook in 2007, so it clearly rubbed him the wrong way. I get that Dallas likes to sign guys late, but it's to the point now where it's to a detriment. Because now CeeDee's missing camp, missing time with the team, missing practices, preseason. He probably wouldn't play much in the preseason, but just getting kind of like game time ready and just that, bonding with the team. And if you're CeeDee Lamb, imagine being the center of the offense, working your off every single week, getting better every single year, coming off a stellar 2023 season, and you're still just getting nickel and dimed by your team. Now you got the owner making offhanded comments saying there's no urgency to sign you to another contract. I do believe that Jerry's obviously a smart businessman, creating the most valuable sports brand in the entire world, but I also think he's getting older and it's catching up to him.
Because I feel like when you look at cap, you need to have a feel of where the revenue is going to be down the road. I feel like I know better than anybody living. I've got a feel for what the revenue is going to be 4, 5, 6 years from now than anybody living. I've spent all this time doing that, and I understand it. And if you don't understand what the revenue is going to be, then you can't look ahead and see what the cap is going to be. But I didn't add that the other day, but I'm the best at looking around corners. Now, I don't know what that is. But as far as body language and instincts, I'm better than anybody.
If Jerry was actually ahead of the curve like he said he is, he would have seen, obviously, that CeeDee's contract is coming up. And not only CeeDee, what do? You look around at all the other top receivers in the league because you know that's what you're going to be paying him. You look around saying, oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown contract's coming up. Justin Jefferson's contract is coming up. You see that A.J. Brown gets a deal done. You would have seen that some of these deals are coming up the pipeline. And then he says to himself, hey, we definitely want CeeDee for the long haul. He's practically our whole offense. These other guys have deals coming up, and maybe we can save some money if we sign him beforehand. But no, he's not ahead of the curve anymore. And it shows even more when talking about Dak's contract. They're in a strange situation with the Dak contract. And I do think that like how they've handled Dak's contract situation makes Jerry even more wrong, saying that waiting was the right call. Because even though I do think that Dak has definitely deserved like a top market contract for like how he's played, and now he just watched Jordan Love with half a good season and Trevor Lawrence with 0 good seasons pull off $55 million a year contracts. So Dak is over there just saying there is no way on God's green flat earth that I am taking $55 million a year. You're going to give me what those guys are making? I've damn sure accomplished more than those guys. But as we all know, timing and context matter. The Cowboys are coming off another terrible ending to a great regular season. Jerry, as a smart businessman who's also getting older, I think he really wants another Super Bowl before it's too late. And he's just asking himself, is Dak really the quarterback that I can win the Super Bowl with while also paying top dollar? After I just watched him lead my team with the league-leading 8 Pro Bowlers on it, himself included, into the first round of the playoffs at home against the youngest roster and a rookie quarterback and get absolutely smoked at home. They didn't just lose, they got smoked. And Dak's playing was a big part of that. So Jerry's like, you want me to pay you 60 mil? If we can't get past the first round of the playoffs with you as our quarterback and 8 Pro Bowlers, so I obviously need to either pay for more help, which means that I wouldn't be able to pay Dak as much money as he wants and, does deserve, or we just need to figure out a different plan or an exit strategy for our next QB and bide our time with Dak. And who knows, maybe Trey Lance learned how to throw a football over the last couple of years. Oh, never mind. And that's what makes this Dak contract situation very interesting, because even though he does truly deserve it with like how he's played and everything like that, right? Even though I'm not like a huge Dak fan, like I don't think he's like top 5 or anything like that, but he's definitely a solid quarterback and a very good starter in this league. And like we said, timing and context matter, right? So it just happens that at the exact time that Dak's contract's up, and even though he has been great during that contract and even in this last season, Jerry's sitting back there thinking, if I want to go any further in the playoffs, how am I going to give up this money for him?
All in. I don't have a sense of urgency about it.
And Jerry's also thinking, I'm obviously not going to have a team with more than 8 Pro Bowlers, not anytime soon. So how could I justify paying Dak top dollar in this market? So at the end of the day, while I do think the Dak contract situation is really touch and go and really don't know what to expect of it at this point, but for CeeDee, I really don't see how they don't sign him. And he really does have a ton of leverage, because he's like, what is your offense going to do without me? But hey, at least it gives us something to talk about in the meantime. I couldn't be more ready for this football season. I'm so damn excited. Hope you are too. I'll catch you next time.